Hi everyone, welcome to the vlog. I wanted to greet you. I'm Stacey and this is January through the first week of February vlog. I have slacked a little bit. I have been super busy. Through the vlog we're going to talk about, I made notes and I'm sorry about the ring light and my glasses. It's just I can't see my notes without them. So yeah. We are going to go over, actually through the vlog you're going to see us go over, and I tried to film the sunset as it was setting and I went over way too early and it was like 20 degrees out and I actually hurt myself. My tops of my legs were chapped. Anywhere where my leggings weren't covering, like between my sneakers and the bottoms of my leggings, was super chapped. My nose was a little chapped. My cheeks were a little chapped. I look horrendous by the end of that little adventure. So, you know, be forgiving. And then we got a dusting of snow, like our only dusting of snow last month. And then Astrid will show her little face in the vlog at some point as well. And then we're going to be setting up a couple of pieces of art. We're going to set up my pastel paintings, which are already out. One will be out on this coming Monday, and the other one is already out. And I'll give you just a quick peek. One is, it's on the yellow velour paper, and one is chalk pastel, and one is oil pastel. And I was just interested to know the differences of how they work on this paper, and if I really wanted to do more oil pastel pieces on the expensive velour paper. And now that I've had a couple days to think about it, I'm kind of in between that. What else should we do? Oh, we actually are about halfway-ish through the vlog. We're gonna do a project. We're gonna finish covering my watercolor journal, and we don't decorate it in this vlog, but we do finish putting it together. And I think we're decorating it in the next vlog. I don't know if what I'm doing with that footage yet. I have to find it first. I'm way too much footage, way too much footage, and not enough editing. So things are a little jumbled at the moment. We're also setting up at the end of the vlog. We're going to set up to work on canvas panels. I bought these watercolor canvas panels. The video is already up on the channel, as is the pastel piece, the chalk pastel piece. The chalk pastel piece is up on last Monday, and then this past Monday, and this coming Monday will be the oil pastel piece, and then we compare them at the end. And then we're working on watercolor board, which when I saw it in the Hobby Lobby, I was super excited to see canvases primed and ready to use watercolor on, is what they're marketed as. Watercolor art boards or watercolor canvases. They're not. It's just gessoed canvas with a watercolor, what do you call it? There might be watercolor ground on these, but they didn't work the way I thought they would. So I'm not going to use them for that. I don't normally work on canvas. That in mind, I have, we'll get to that in the wrap up at the end of the video. But I did two practice pieces. This one goes this way, and in one video, and this was up on mixed medium, no, watercolor Wednesday, because it's watercolor, on watercolor artboard. And this is going to be an underpainting for a pastel forest piece that I'm going to be doing. It's going to be oil pastels. I'm very excited. This might be not this coming Monday's, but the following Monday's video. So be on the lookout for that. Kind of excited. This I'm going to leave for a bit. I'm living with it. I kind of like it as the sunset watercolor piece. I worked a little differently, less water. This one I worked like I would if it was watercolor paper. Super heavy water, like I always do. Way too much water. I have a problem with water control. I know this. I'm working on it. This one I I was better. Less chaos. Still not, to me, a finished piece, but it's nice. I'm still living with it. We'll see. I might touch it up. I might go over the top of it. I might just paint gesso over it and try again. But we did those. We're gonna set up for that video at the end of this vlog. And yeah, I'll see you at the end. I hope you like the vlog. It's kind of a long one because we do a project in the middle. If you don't want a long vlog like to put on the background or keep you company, then you might be disappointed with my vlogs. They tend to be anywhere from 40 minutes to an hour and a half, depending on how much footage I have and how much I feel like sharing. You can jump around, feel free. Won't hurt my feelings. I won't know because I don't pay attention to the algorithm at all. I can't. It's too much stress. I'm gonna go make myself a lunch. I'm gonna drink some water and get on with the rest of my day. And I'll see you guys at the end. Yeah, for a little outro. Yeah, so yeah, here we go. Let's do it. Alright guys, we are finally down at the pullout. Parking is over there. View, currently, water is frozen. And this is like a half a mile out and a half a mile back. And we have mountains, gorge. This is so pretty. Cold. It's like 20 degrees right now. Super cold. Super duper cold. But beautiful. Yeah, I did not come down here to walk tonight. It is too cold. I did come down for pictures though because the sky is so clear. So I'm going to do that and then I'm heading home. If I could have just hung this another 20 minutes, but my legs are windburned right now. I missed all the colors of the sky. So I'm going to try again tomorrow if the weather's going to be nice. I'm going to go down a little later and better dressed. But look at that sky. I missed all the beautiful color change. So tomorrow is another day, right? Right. Hi guys, welcome to the voiceover portion. I'm showing my crusty soft pastel tips and my ice cream. I'm bragging that I have gelato. It's evening and I am quietly in my space listening to my book and recovering all of my blending wands, my soft tool blending wands for my pan pastels. I went ahead and purchased a new set, not realizing how many you get in a set. Here's my little cup of blending tools that I have. I'm moving out the stuff that doesn't go in there. And the little multicolored one is a makeup sponge, that weird shaped one that's right there from the dollar store. It is actually pretty useful for blending chalk and pastel and stuff. I usually wash it, rinse it out pretty good in between uses. These are really kind of hard to get on here, mostly the oval ones, but I don't remember them being so difficult to get on and off the little tools. Not complaining at all. That just means they won't fall off when I'm using them. And you basically use them as a paintbrush for your pastels. You can use them for your chalk, your regular stick chalk pastels. My recommendation would be to scrape off pigment into a cup or a dish and kind of really make sure it's pretty fine and then use the tool with it. Unless you have really, really soft pastel, chalk pastels, those softer ones will rub right off onto the wands and onto the paper. But these are really, really nice tools. I really enjoy using them. They kind of keep your hands a little cleaner too. If you're not one that likes to have dirty hands when you're working with your art supplies, but you really enjoy pastels, pan pastels are the way to go. They're a little pricey from the start, but they last so long. They're very slow wearing, except for the white. I recommend getting a couple of whites. But overall, I found that they're very slow wearing, and you can buy them one color at a time too. I have like 2 or 3 of each shape. I have square, oval, rectangular, and triangle. And then I have these little brushes that I got through Temu for a couple bucks that I haven't tried yet. Astrid got a hold of them, so one of them is really dirty. I don't know what she did with it. I washed it and dried it, but it's all stained. I think she was playing with her mother's makeup with it. But yeah, I'm gonna just repackage these. Hopefully they'll stay nice and like soft. I've found over time that the soft tool little sponges, they will dry out if you just leave them in a cup forever and don't use them. So I repackaged them and gonna tuck them away with my other blending tools. I got these little black and white ones from Temu as well. Thought I could use them for stenciling and stamps and pastels. We'll see. We'll see what they come out when I start using them. Right now I'm just cleaning up the mess a little bit. And then we're going to sort through all of my pan pastels. I need to separate them. They're currently stacked tall, one upon the other, because the containers the bottoms screw into the top, and you can just stack them tall. And I did that for moving, and I didn't bring my palettes with me, which was just silly. I should have just left them in the palettes and tucked them in one of my totes. I was thinking of saving room, and it didn't really save any room. And now I'm wishing I had my little pan pastel palettes with me to sort these out into. And I don't want to buy new ones, even though they're fairly inexpensive. So I have these. I'm going to have a little bit of ice cream first. Hold on. So here I am going ahead and separating out all of my colors and unscrewing them from each other, which it's a really handy way to move them, but it is not a handy way to use them for me. I find it very cumbersome to store them stacked up, very out of sight, out of mind, and if it's not fairly simple to get to, I won't use it. And you can't really see through the side what color's what. Kind of, but not really. So you really do have to unstack them to see what you do and don't have. What you see out right now is the 4 set of metallics that I got. I have the kind of antique gold, and then the more like regular gold, and then bronze and copper. And they're beautiful. Oh, and I found my Lee Alexson postcards and stickers. I lost one of my stickers and found it. I was very excited. There he is. I lost him. Now he's found. And then this is my other one. I haven't decided where I'm putting them yet. That's this month's. And I think I pull out the rest of my cards that I've gotten from her too. Yeah, here they are. And I round the corners when I get them because I prefer rounded corners on my cards. And then I just tuck them away. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them yet. Probably when I get my own space, I will put them up on my board like I like to. I usually have a wall of art from other artists that I like in my studio space for inspiration. But right now, I'm thinking this white bin will work for all of my pastels, and I'm wrong. It's too small. Not by much, but by enough. And then, once again, I don't want to have to stack them one upon the other to use them. I want to be able to just open up the containers and get to my pastels. So I'm currently sorting them by tint, pure color, shade, and darks. I don't have a lot of any of them because I got weird sets. I got the portrait set, years ago when I first found pan pastels and was awed by them and super excited to try them. I spent $80 almost on the portrait set, and I don't really do portraits, so it's an odd mix of colors for me. And then later on, I got the set of blues that come in a pack of 10, which comes with several blues, an extra white, which I already had a white, so now I had two, which is fine because I blow through the whites really quickly for blending. And then it also came with a blending medium, which I'm on the fence about. I try it every once in a while, but I don't really find it to be helpful. So right now I'm just unscrewing them from one another and trying to figure out which colors go with which and what I do and don't have. I would like to eventually purchase the sets, like the set of tints and the set of regular colors and the set of shades and the set of darks. But then I will have very many duplicates. Also, I use my supplies, so it might not be a bad thing. We'll see down the road what I do and don't get. I might just start picking up one or two of the colors that I don't have and checking them off as I go. If you can hear Astrid freaking out behind me, she's going to the bathroom and doesn't want help. I apologize if you can hear her. They tend to forget I'm here. And Astrid's little. She doesn't really have a filter. Hold on. I'm going to pause again. Just, yeah, 1 sec. Okay, I think she left the bathroom. I'm pretty sure. That they're back out in the other room. And I'm trying to sort by my tints and like earth tones, blues, greens, that kind of thought pattern right now, just to see where I'm at. And I have a couple that I got when I received them. They were not packed into the container anymore. They're very loose and powdery. They still work beautifully. There's nothing wrong with them. You do have to be mindful not to pick up too much product, but yeah, I just usually keep a cap on those two particular ones because I don't want to spill them anywhere. And these are very much like little makeup cakes. If you drop one, it probably will break or shatter and chip. But just put it back in its container and keep using it because there's nothing wrong with the product. It is still very usable. Yeah, I zoomed out. Ice cream, which is very melty at this point. I like it when it gets melty on the sides. It's my favorite. And I am contemplating what to do with all of these pan pastels and how I'm going to store them. And I'm remembering that I have these 3 containers that I got at the dollar store. There they are. That are for paper. They're for paper storage. But I thought, well, I'll use them for my pan pastels. I'll put the green selection in the greens, and then the blue in the blues and so on. And yeah. So that's the big plan here. I change my mind so many times. Maybe we'll put the blending solution and the whites over here, and then the tints, and then these are all in the green container. And I'm trying to figure it out. It's painful sometimes to organize your art supplies, isn't it? To figure out where things go when things don't quite match up. But yeah, they fit in there nicely. I'm not going to have to worry about them tipping out because these have little clips on the side. And I'm going to set them upon each other in the white bin. So they'll be very safely stored. Provided I don't knock the white bin off the shelf. One never knows. So with the red container, I'm putting my browns and my metallics in is my thought. Yeah, all the brown earth tones, browns, reds, and the metallics. That makes sense to me visually. And when I get in and out of the bins, I need them to be visually color coordinated, because I am a color coordinated kind of person. And I'm fussing here because I was thinking I needed to move things around, but I don't think that I do. I was also thinking that I could squeeze one or two more of the little pans in, and I can't. Only so many fit because of the shape of the little container. And then I'm moving all the greens that are in all the tints that are in the green container into the yellow container because it made sense to me, because I have quite a few blues and I want the blues in the green container and the more yellowy colors in the yellow container. And those greens are very yellow colored to me. So, yeah, I'm a mess, you guys. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm reconfiguring and sorting and reconfiguring, basically. I spent a good amount of time doing this. It's pure chaos, honestly. And then that's another one that is, one of my super light blues is shattered, and one of the medium colored blues is shattered. And I'm trying to press it back down to see. I've done this before and it doesn't work. There's not enough pressure in my little hand to actively press it down and make it not super fine powder. But I give it a whirl anyways, and I make a mess on my finger, and yeah, never mind. I put the lid back on. That didn't work. Yeah, one of my dark blues and one of my super light blues, the tint is, or medium blues, are shattered. Oh, more ice cream. And we're done with the ice cream for the evening. I put the lid on that. And I believe I go put it away. So there's a little bit of dead air here. Sorry about that. I have all my blues out. And I have ultramarine is doubled because there's an ultramarine and an ultramarine shade in the blues set, and there's an ultramarine and an ultramarine shade in the portrait set. So I do have doubles of some things because of that. And if I get the 4 sets the way I want to, over time, a lot of the colors I have right now will be doubled up, which is totally fine because you can screw them on top of each other and know what color goes where. It's not a big deal. But like I said, I might end up just buying them one at a time here and there to finish off my collection instead of doubling up. And I want all of my like blending tools and things to be stored within the pan pastels together, so I know where they're at. That's why I tuck those in with the blues. Snapping my red container shut. And thinking about my blue, I should have pushed this better into frame. I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking. I was organizing, and when you're organizing, you're not really thinking about anything else, really. Pulling all the little teensy black ones with the little white head on them out and sticking them in the container. And moving my blues back around, trying to keep them, because I only have a tint and a shade of the phthalo, and then I have the tint and the true color and the shade of the ultramarine. I have 2 extra blues up off the top there. Yeah, it's an odd set of colors, especially to just use these particular pan pastels to do any kind of art that I would normally do. But yeah, and since this one's missing a little clippy part, I just am using a big bulldog clip to keep that shut. And then I'm going to pop them in the bin, and I was pleased that they fit perfectly. And yeah, that's it. That's all I did there. I just really wanted to get them sorted so that I can easily use them. And yeah, oh, and this is the paper that I'm going to be using. It's a little expensive. I got it for Christmas as a gift once, and then I got it for Christmas again, I believe. So we end up using the yellow sheet that we just passed, and this is that velour paper. It feels very fuzzy. It's really nice. I recommend it. And that will conclude the voiceover section of the vlog. I hope you like it. And yeah, I will let Real Time Stacey take over. Okay, so I have all of these. This I made. It's my first big, thick book that I've tried to make. I do have a book press that I'm going to order tomorrow to help squeeze my pages together so that the glue will dry nice and smooth. And then I'm gonna do some better stitching on the back, some more design stitching. If I'm gonna leave it open and unglued, this needs to be more design related. And then if it's gonna be glued, I need it to be a flatter, more flat. So this is going to be for me. I've decided I'm going to go ahead and put the sparkly covers on it. I also have these pieces of art that I've created, which I love, but I love elements of them, and I thought they would make cool book covers, like big book covers for an art journal for someone. I thought kind of like that for the front and that for the back. It could go either way though. There's that one, and then where'd the other ones go? Oh. I've showed these a couple times, but I'm really going to make these now, so I'm going to sorry about the coughing. I got some really beautiful, one of these is going to be a mixed media pad, and the other two are going to be watercolor pads. One I might make, watercolor and mixed media, and do a every other page kind of thing. I don't know, I have to think about it. Or every other signature will be watercolor, mixed media, because I have cream colored mixed media paper and the watercolor paper is white. So I thought, excuse me, sorry. I thought that would be a fun idea. But I had this powder, which I'm going to have to put, I have this acrylic matte medium that I'm going to try. Or I might just take them outside tomorrow and put a clear coat on them before I cut them down, because if this powder stuff, see where it's very speckled, that's pure pigment. If that gets wet in any way while someone's using the book or lays it on a table and the table's damp, it's gonna reactivate and it's gonna make a huge mess. It's gonna whoosh and just be crazy. So maybe I'll take these outside tomorrow and give them a quick clear coat. I have this, which is gloss. Maybe I'll look for a matte one tomorrow while I'm out. A matte, like, finish to spray on the top of these. Gloss wouldn't be bad though. A nice shiny surface that's water resistant would be nice, and something like this would work. So maybe I'll try one with this and find a matte one. I have this one, which I think is super cool. I would make an interesting cover for a book, right? Put like a plate here for someone to write their name or put a message in it or something. Maybe that could be the front, and that could be the back because it's all dark and moody. And this is softer. And then there's this piece that I made that is ink, like a pen, It's Faber-Castell ink pens and watercolor, which I love. But again, it has that powder stuff. A watercolor one, I wouldn't mind, you know, I'll just let people know that this is watercolor on the outside. If it gets wet, it's going to reactivate, or just prevent that and spray it. I think spraying is a better idea. I need to get some lozenges or something. I'm not drinking enough water again. But I thought this would make a really cool cover as well. So I think I want to make more of this kind of thing. What do you guys think? I think that would be the front. But if you wanted, you could use it this way as well. You could flip it open this way and use it this way. And then when you were done painting on this side of the paper, you could flip the whole thing over and use it this way. Oh, that's a good idea. Maybe I'll do that with this one. That sounds like fun. But yeah, these are going to be 3 big books. I decided that tonight. I'm going to go to Michael's craft store and grab some Artist Loft watercolor paper. I said I have a big pad of, when I say big, I mean big. Ooh, it's heavy too. Don't mind the black paper that's tucked in it. A big pad, giant. It's 24 by mixed media, 36 sheets for $24 at Michael's, and it's the Master's Touch brand. So I thought this was a steal. I can't wait to work on it. And it is this really pretty off-white. I'm going to put some white up to it so you can actually tell. It's a really pretty off-white color. So I thought this pale cream next to a white watercolor paper, and you could tell which was mixed media, which was watercolor. And I would put a little, my thought is to put a little pocket in the back of each book with a card that explains, with a card and a sample that explains what each paper is. Yeah, I'm just excited, and I have so, guys, will this box pull out of there? Yes, it will. Alright. I also have these books that I started last year to finish. I found some really beautiful paper, and I made all these covers. I sat down one night and just listened to my book, and I made all these covers, and each cover has a little side pocket and a beautiful back, and I haven't decided if I want to put the pocket in the front of the book or the back of the book, but I have all these gorgeous covers that I've already made, and I just need to put signatures in them, and I thought I would make these into, and it's just paper that I had on hand. I was just playing around to see what I could do, but each one has a beautiful like interior as well. So I thought, see, isn't that pretty? And I thought I would make each one into a watercolor or mixed media pad or book for people. And then I have all these little handmade covers that I made. They're supposed to be faux leather. They're made out of brown paper bag. And I did my own like coffee dye paper to glue on the inside. And I did, these are all samples like to see what I could do. And I think they all turned out really cool. I got a little square one. And each cover looks super different. And I hadn't decided if I want to put like a little piece of my own art on the front as a, you know, part of the book, and then the little signatures on the inside. There's another bigger square one, slightly bigger. I haven't done anything on the inside of this one, but you can see it's a paper bag. And I did this texture by wrinkling the paper bag up really tight, multiple different directions, whoopsie, till it got soft, like super soft. And then I wet it down with hair conditioner and let it dry. And after it was dry, all these crinkle marks, I rubbed ink on them. And now I have different kinds of inks because it's been a while and I'm into scrapbook a little bit of, not scrapbooking, but art booking. But this one's got, look at that. Doesn't that dye nice? And it's not tea, it's ink. It's just a brown walnut ink that I had that I put on paper just to see what would happen. And this is my archival paper that I ordered that was too thin for my prints, but I didn't want to get rid of it and not do anything with it. So I have a couple to put interiors in. And this one got kind of dark, but that's okay. I mean, each one's got its own mood, right? So I did those. And then I have bigger ones that I've created. These are just covers. Exterior, interior covers. I could fold them the other way as well and trim the edges or decorate the edges and have the colorful side be the cover and then the watercolor. This is a dye watercolor that I used on the outside. But I have all of these done. That's that paper. Some of them are beautiful paper that I found. Some of them is watercolor paper that I've actually watercolored. Some of these watercolor paper. I didn't want to waste it. And then this is just really beautiful paper that I found that I loved. And I cut it into different ways because it was a giant sheet of paper. And I made a little pocket here. There's a little pocket. And then a beautiful backing. And then I thought we could put two signatures in each one. I thought that would be really, really nice. This one's watercolor paper, like a watercolor paper cover. So yeah, I have a bunch of them, as you can tell, all different kinds. These I love. I like the pocket and the pretty backing, and then the beautiful paper, which I could, decorate even further. These could also be signatures in junk journals. I thought about that too, making my own junk journals to sell. Also have like this gorgeous piece of paper that I don't know what to do with, so I thought about making it into a cover for a small size journal. And then here's more of those paper bag covers. This one I was those two are just the paper. And then this one I went ahead and put a little cardstock in the inside and made two pockets and used I used this glue, the 3-in-1 glue, which is supposed to be really sturdy, and it seems to be holding up because I've had these and been opening them and closing them, messing around, thinking what I want to do for a while. And this one I just did more of that inky tea looking, and then I was going to do a little fold over on this side. I can't decide if I want it to be on that side or this side. But with this line right here, I was thinking that would be the back. And there's that weird squiggle there. Anyway, this is another neo-colored or neurographic art thing that I did. That's inspired. It's neurographic art inspired. Very relaxing thing to do. If you don't know anything about it, look it up. It's super. The gist of it is to make some squiggle lines on the page, and then take those squiggle lines and cross them. And I always, I don't know why I think tree of life. So for me, I'm tree of lifing. In either direction, it doesn't matter. I think I was working this way. And I really love how they turn out, and then I don't know what to do with them. So I thought, well, would they make really pretty covers for books or inserts into a larger journal? Like I could put a couple signatures in here and have this be an insert or a tuck-in for a larger art journal. Wouldn't that be fun to get a 2-in-1 art journal? So this is the stuff that I'm going to be working on in my own time. I did make this guy. Where are you? This guy. I have to get rings. And I cut the paper and cut holes, and I thought this would be a cool, once again, one-off or insert or add-on for creating it. And it's watercolor paper because that's what I love. But I could make it with mixed media paper as well, which would be more versatile. But you get the 2 rings and then you can just flip it up to paint. But I have this one all set to go. I would like to decorate the front and the back a little bit. You know, thoughts are welcome. And then these are signatures that I've made of the different papers that I have. And then, whoopsie. And then I have this handmade paper. Actually, that's a painting that I was going to do that I bailed on. But I thought I could use this handmade paper for making another one of my journals that I use. I also made this little dude that I'm currently started working in. It's just a little teensy book of watercolor paper. It was a first attempt at learning how to do this kind of thing, and now I know more and I would do it a little differently. So I haven't done anything with this. I'm just going to keep it and I'm going to fill it up, but it's just a little teensy watercolor journal. And I thought this would be super cute to start selling in my shop within the next year. Sorry about the coughing. I know it's super frustrating when you're watching a video and the person keeps coughing. But yeah, that's what I'm working on right now. So I thought for tonight we could finish up this guy right here, put the cover on, see how that works out. I'm gonna set these guys back here where I have them, because this is an ongoing project. So I lost some of my papers. Gosh darn it. It's gonna take some time to get it all. Oh, nuts, that one back there. Come on. Let's not go that way, man. Oh, good, I can reach them. These are papers that I bought. I found, look at that. Is that not dreamy? I think it's a specialty, like, paper that at Michael's. I'm gonna look when I go back. Thinking about going tomorrow, but I found this one, and where's the other one go? Oh, it's still back there. Oops, I missed one. Come here. My little scraps fell and everything. Oh, here it is. On this one, they've got a bit of like glitter in them, which I mean is neither here nor there. It's not why I got them. Now that I see them in my lights, under my art lights, I can see the sparkle in them. So they might be holiday papers. They're the Paper Studio right here. This is the crinkled charcoal, but I thought, you know, I could make this myself. Like I can make my own crinkle paper pretty easily. So there's this, that's why, because this one's silver. I just thought the silver was super pretty. I also got these. This guy, which I thought was super pretty. And this. But my thought for getting these, the crinkle ones, is I can make this. Isn't that beautiful? Wouldn't that make an amazing cover for a book? Like faux leather or crinkle paper. I just thought it was so pretty. And this piece was $2. I can make this. I have dies, like beautiful dies, that I could use to try and make some of this. That's on the agenda for me for the next couple of months. I'm gonna start making, see if I can make some of my own like cool crinkle paper. If I can't, I'll buy it, but I thought it was like just really nice. I would make a super cool cover. And this is all paper that I printed offline, royalty free, just textures. And you can see that I've used them in making my other books. Some of it I printed on sticker paper, which makes it much more vibrant. See the vibrancy? It's just so gorgeous. But I can make this myself as well with Yupo paper and ink. Problem is, Yupo paper is a plastic paper, and it, see, and I rip them and tear them, and see, isn't that gorgeous? It's just beautiful. And you can print them any size you want. These I kind of blew up a little bit because I like the script on that, and I like the flowers. This one's stretched a little. Yeah. So I got these on Pixabay. These I got at Michael's Craft Store to play with and see what I do and don't like. But yeah, so for today, let's move my oil pastels out of the way. That's tomorrow's project. Aww, kitties. Maybe I'll put those on here. That'd be fun. Alright, so first thing I need to do is glue on there. That's alright. Is decide which way I want these. I think I kind of just want it centered right about there. That means I need to cut off a bit, a fair bit. I need a pencil. This gotta work. And I'm gonna work, because this is mine, I'm gonna work right up to the edge of the paper because I'm gonna glue it. I may do this with all of them. I haven't decided yet. Not all of them. A lot of them. Alright, so that's that one. So I'm gonna trim those, and then the other side will be, this ridge got little bends. Not really digging. I do like the speckles on this and the glitter right here, like the glitter on that. So I'm gonna come down even there like that. Yeah, and then we'll trim off the rest. We'll just trim off that and that. Okay. And I keep losing my paper cutter. I don't know how. I keep losing, oh, because I stacked stuff on top of it. Future projects. And not, I mean, they're not so distant future projects, actually. Let's go this way. Line that up, make sure it's right. Trim that off. And give this a quick trim there. That's that one. Now I thought this is going to be super quick. Most of this segment of the video is me just explaining what I'm doing. Which isn't terribly helpful to anybody, honestly. Scoop that off. I have so many things I should be doing right now. There. Let's make sure before I trim that edge. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay. I'm re-listening to my Zombie Fallout series again because I miss my characters. Now these I'm not keeping. If that was sticker paper, I would, but it's not sticker paper. It's just watercolor paper. Scraps. I'm gonna recycle those. I am recycling I do recycle. So, for whatever that's worth these days, according to the world, it's not worth much. But I wanted to just glue these directly onto, because this page has got all kinds of stuff on it anyways. I thought we would just glue them directly on. I've been talking all day. I don't know why I'm suddenly coughing. Hold on, let me get some more water. I'm getting carried away. I almost forgot I wanted to put some of my washi tape. I've started a small collection of washi tape. This might be a problem, you guys, just so you know. Let's see. I'm thinking one of these pinks. Which one will go better? Or something completely not like this. Oh, where did that came from? This. I don't have much left of that one. That won't work. I have these other larger ones. I don't think this red would work. It's like too red. But I think, ooh, this one might work. It's got that purpley color in it. I might have enough of it. Oh yeah, that'd be pretty. Okay, so after, I think I want to do it after we glue these on. I want to put this on the binding. Yeah, let's do that. Very excited. I also have, which I thought would be fun as well, some of this. Come to me. I have it in red as well, but I'm not grabbing the red one. This pink, like, velour ribbon that we could make a little pocket or something somewhere with it. Just to tuck other papers and things into. I'll think about that. Or maybe use it for the base of the plate for the front of the book. Okay, so that's enough lollygagging about. Let's do this. Let's do this. Alright, I'll move those to the side. A little extra glue on that. I probably should have my water and, excuse me guys, I'm trying to do stuff here. One of these brushes that's, I don't have any like throwaway brushes anymore. Alright, I guess I can use this one and make sure I clean it when I'm done. Okay. I have another bottle of this stuff. I'm just trying to use up the one, you know? Use one before I open the other one so I know where I'm at with my supplies. And I'm usually listening to a book when I'm doing this and just being creative and going with the flow of the project and not really overthinking things too much. But I'm thinking that for this project I would like for this to be a bit smoother. I don't think I'm liking how gloopy it got right away. And I don't know if you can or are supposed to even add water to this. Oh, you know what I could have used? I'm a dummy. I'll use it. Yeah, I'm not really digging this at all. We'll just... yeah, nope. Not digging it, just ruined that brush. That's alright. Grab one of my rags here. Pull that off. I can use nail polish remover to clean that off too if I need to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'll try nail polish remover. If that doesn't do it, then that one's definitely ruined. This is not something you can mix water with. Noted. You know what you can mix water with now? Elmer's glue. And I have 3 bottles of this stuff. I have 3 bottles of this bad boy. I'm just gonna go, I'm gonna lift this up because my cuts are not even. Go to the edge of my page. Like that. It's alright. It'll be alright. Like that. I need something to put in between that's not gonna stick. What should I use? Oh, you know, it would work. It's the cover for my cutting mats that I never use for my cutting mats. Okay. And this will have a little bit of time to position and like get it lined up a bit. Not a lot, but enough. And just smash it down. I should get some acetate so that I can use it between, or silicone, to use between pages, like when I'm gluing, so that I don't glue onto a page I don't want to glue onto. Okay, that's that side. I'm going to cut this because I have 3 of them, so it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to give this a quick cut. Like that. So we can use it on the other side as well. I'll just who's bothering me? But they're going to have to wait. Flip it over like so. And we'll take this and lift that page, lift that first page. And it is watercolor paper, so it's fairly thick. So my cover is going to be pretty heavy, thick, which is desirable, right? And I mean, Elmer's glue, I can't remember a time when Elmer's glue didn't glue everything together forever. Once it's stuck, right? Once it's stuck, it's stuck. I mean, time will tell. This is the clear washable glue, which is why you can add water to it. You can thin it out to make it more fluid. There are specialty glues that you can buy as well for this purpose. But I've heard it's not necessary unless you're going to try to make a professional book. I don't really want to make a professional looking book. I want to make crafty looking books and fun. I want it to be fun and relaxed and fairly stress-free. So here we are. I mean, Elmer's gluing paper to paper, really? Oh, do we really honestly think it's going to go anywhere? I don't think so. So I'll put this down Line up the back. Get it lined up. Give it a little press. And this way I can put heavy object on this over there on the other side of the room, and we can wait till tomorrow and this will be completely dry and adhered, which is exactly what I want. I feel like I need another sheet of acetate on here though, because, or plastic, because I could just, where'd that rag go? Get my finger in here. Wipe off the excess glue. And then just clean up the excess glue instead of worrying about it. Work neater. That whole works smarter, not harder. Right? There we go. That should work. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna like this. And I think, I'm wondering if I'm gonna stick this on, if I shouldn't do it now while it's wet. Do kind of a fuzzy feeling. I don't know. I think I have to think about that some more. Bought that stuff on a whim thinking I could use it, but I don't know if I want to use it on this. At any rate, I'm going to set this aside. We're going to let it dry, and we're going to finish decorating the cover tomorrow. Yeah, that's the plan. Because I have to do other things tonight, so yeah. Yeah, alright, I'm going to go set this over on the washer over there and put a heavy book on it. A couple heavy books on it. There I have my my stash of books that I'm going to be reading. Sitting right here. These ones. Check out the covers on these. These are Barnes & Noble covers. Exclusive covers. That is Crescent City book 1, and I have book 2. I'm waiting for the cover to come out before I buy book 3. Isn't that pretty? So these are nice and heavy, and we can stack them right on top. I'll do that right now, so I'm not just talking about it, but actually doing it. And then we can come back to this tomorrow. There we go. That should work. And finish, I don't know, making it as pretty as I want it to be, I guess. But that was my, I'm just gonna throw that away. It was an art box brush anyways. That's what I've been up to as far as my bookmaking is concerned. Kind of at a standstill because of the move. I went hot and heavy last year for about a month, and then realized I was going to be moving, and there's not really a whole lot of reason for me to be making a bunch of stuff only to have to move it. But now that I'm pretty settled, at least for the next few months, I can start working on all my little projects. And you guys can let me know what you think in the comments below. And the bookmaking stuff is going to be pretty Patreon exclusive, extra this is like extra project stuff for me. I don't really think that it is stuff that, my nails look terrible. Sorry about that. I polished them and then I did dishes without putting my clear coat on top, and now they look like poo. But yeah, I'm gonna, we're gonna work on this next. I bought some watercolor canvas panels, and I thought we would try one of these for this Wednesday's Watercolor Wednesday. I bought a pack of 5 for $5, so they're like $1 a piece. So that's pretty cheap. We're gonna play with this today, and for tomorrow's video, and yeah. Oil pastels are out because I'm going to be doing an oil pastel piece for next Monday's video. And this Monday's video is going out tonight, which is Tuesday. It's Tuesday the... Let me look. Oh, I've got the Creative Cove on in the background. She has some fun... If you're looking for loose, fun, creative content, she's the one to look into. She has a really nice channel. And I always have her on. Well, not always. I have her on a lot in the background. But what was I looking at? Oh, the date. It's the 6th. So I was supposed to have the watercolor tutorial up for you guys on the 3rd. That didn't happen because this weekend, family stuff, things got away from me. I'm going to put this on top of the book so I know what I'm using it for. My daughter needed me to pick her up and take her out grocery shopping because they didn't have any groceries in their house. They didn't even have toilet paper or coffee or anything. And they had $15 to their name. But her husband's raise went through, so he should be getting a retro check. I think these are so cute. I got new kitty cat washi tapes, and they are just so cute. There's I'm just gonna show it to you real quick. There's all the black and white ones, and they're so cute. These are from the washi shop, which is on Instagram all the time, but there's like this whole bunch of black and whites in the same pattern but in colors. Aren't they adorable? I love them. I bought 4 rolls of washi tape. Fair warning though, it does take almost 4 weeks for your order to get to you, and I am not patient. It kills me to wait for my monthly art boxes, which is why, another reason why I switched my art box back to Sketchbox. It's the more, it comes out of California, the Sketchbox does, and the Scrawler box is a decent box, don't get me wrong, but it comes out of Germany, and they've been having some problems getting their supplies for their boxes, and they've been having some problems with getting their boxes out on time. And for me, personally, that's a problem. I want my art boxes when I'm supposed to have them, and I understand life happens, but if I'm going to be impatient, then I need to adjust and shift and, make things the way I want them to be. And yeah, waiting for the Paper World order to come is terrible, and you never know what condition it's going to be in when you get it because it's coming from China, and they don't put it in a nice box. They just kind of put it in a bag, in a plastic bag, and the last plastic bag I got, I actually received my order in, was thrashed. So I'm actually surprised the order got here in all together and in one piece. But yeah, at any rate, so I won't order from the washi shop unless I'm really wanting some washi tapes, some particular washi tapes, and I won't be ordering from Paper World just because they lost the $80 order and didn't help me out in any way with that. But the stickers that I ordered did finally come, and I reordered them though. I had to reorder these. I have my other pack is over there. There's 6 packs, and I thought they were all going to be 2-inch stickers, and they're just these little 1.5-ish inch stickers. And they're not even as big as the box, because I wanted them for inspiration for doing art, and I thought they would be more just more than what they currently are. I'm not completely dissatisfied, but when I opened them, I was like, oh, because I got this handle, this part I got it with my one of my kits that I got for myself. But this handle, which is absolutely gorgeous, it's nice and weighty, is another thing. I ordered it on accident. I put it in the cart and I took it out and I put it back in and I forgot to take it back out. I was like, I'm not going to order extra stuff. I'm just going to see if the stickers come. And the order came and this was still in there. And I was like, well, I mean, it's fine. I want it. It's gorgeous. And it's for my wax seal, my wax seals. But it makes it look so much more elegant, doesn't it? And I love it, but waiting for it to arrive was hell for me because so I switched from Scrawlrbox to Sketchbox because I went ahead and reviewed what art boxes do well on my channel or do the best on my channel. And although I do love the Palettefull Packs box, it doesn't do well on the channel. The Sketchbox does amazing. The Art Snacks box used to do amazing, but now it's a quarterly box, and I don't want a quarterly box. I want a monthly box. So, yeah. I was thinking about doing next year, doing the Art Snacks quarterly watercolor box for my art box of choice for the year. That's something I need to think about between now and then, if I want to do that or just stick with Sketchbox. But Sketchbox comes out of California. Their service has always been amazing. You always get your box when you expect to. I've never ever had any problems with my box from them ever. Never had it come in the mail and be all destroyed, crunched sometimes, you know, the corners, but not destroyed. So yeah. Switching that up, starting, like this month will be my last Scrawlrbox. It was supposed to be here this week. Usually it's here by the 1st or 2nd, and we're already, you know, heading into our 2nd week of the month, and I still don't have my box. I've usually got my video up by now. So that's a little bit of a problem for me. Doesn't have anything to do with you guys. So yeah, that's all that. That's all that. But I think I'm going to use my Artist Loft paints. We'll do that. This rag's clean, so we can use that. I have water. Actually, that's kind of murky. Maybe I'll get some clean water. I'm going to set up for my watercolor video. We're going to try out this canvas panel. I think I'm just going to work to the edges and see what happens. Maybe we'll do, I don't know, some sort of landscape or something. I have 5 of these. I don't want to have to retape that down every time. I also got acrylic matte medium for doing my collage stuff. This is a really nice thing to use to glue your collage stuff together. And you can work over the top of it. You can do any kind of anything over the top of it. You can also use it as a base for watercolor, pastel, oil, chalk pastels. If you have a surface that's super smooth, but you really want to use it for like oil pastels or chalk pastels, you can put down a layer of this stuff, and it's supposed to make the paper feel gritty. And yeah, you can, yeah. So I'm going to try it and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But I am definitely going to use it. This is the US Art Supply brand. I figure for acrylic medium, which is basically a plastic, it'd be good to practice with. See if I like it. I was going to get the Liquitex brand, but they didn't have it for the price point that I wanted it. I think I paid $6 for this. And I've seen people using it in their scrapbooks with just water and a little paintbrush to spread it out and clean your brush. And you can mix it with acrylic paint for a matte finish. I do love a matte finish. I don't care for acrylic paint, but I have plenty of gouache that I can mix it with too. And inks and all kinds of crap. Okay guys, I have my shawl on because it got a little chilly in here. I am going to be working on a big piece. If you stuck around to the end of the vlog, kudos. Don't forget to like, subscribe, stick around. We're going to do lots of different projects this year. Thinking about making a separate art journal station so that my art journaling and my book creating are not on this channel. They'll be on their separate channel altogether. Let me know how you feel about that in the comments below. If you don't mind all my stuff being on one channel, it's much easier to keep track of. But I am willing to separate the two into two separate channels and make strictly a art journaling adventure kind of channel. And then and bookmaking and that kind of thing will be over on that channel. And then all of my just regular art content art making content, my Monday, Wednesday, Friday videos will be over here. On that note, we have a couple of big projects coming up. I am going to be doing a Year of the Dragon piece. I will pull out my Year of the Rabbit piece that I did. I got done with it and I absolutely hated it. The footage was kind of junk because I did it big. I did a big piece, and I didn't like it when I was done with it. I feel like I went too far. Showed it to my daughter and she was like, I love that. So once again, my opinion doesn't count. I should have just put the footage up and shown you guys what I did last year for my big Year of the Rabbit piece. I'm going to do the same concept with my Year of the Dragon piece. Here, let me just go grab it real quick. It's just in the other room. One sec. Okay, so I'll move the chair back, way back apparently, and lift it up just a bit. This is my Year of the Rabbit piece. It is pastel and colored pencil, and I put together some elements of the year, the rabbit, some colors for the color of the year, the different colors of the year, and then the flowers that mark the Year of the Rabbit as well. And when I got all done with it, I absolutely hated this piece. I really, really did. It is a big piece on a large sheet of Strathmore or Stonehenge watercolor paper. I loved the colored pencil element, and then when I got in there with all the pastels, I really, really, really didn't like it. Now that I've, I see it with new eyes, I like it a lot more. But this is the kind of size and what you can expect, sort of, to see for the, let's set it back in the other room. What you can kind of sort of expect to see for the dragon piece. A little more whimsical, I think I'm going to be on that one. And yeah, I have a big plan. So that is going to be an upcoming project that I'm working on throughout the rest of this month. And I'm probably going to be listening to books and time-lapse and voiceover, and I might do it in like part 1, part 2, part 3, because it's going to be a larger project. I also have decided to collage on canvas. This is canvas. It's pretty big. It's a big one, but I collaged paper. I should have used just clear, which is coming in the mail tomorrow. I should have used just clear matte medium to adhere the paper so that I could see it more clearly. I used gesso and matte medium, and that's why it looks milky like this, but you can still see a bunch of the colors and different elements of the papers in this one. And then I did this all in one night while I was watching Vikings. Yeah, I'm rewatching it through. I don't remember a lot of it, probably because I was doing art while I was watching it. But I did this one as well. This one has more chunky paper in it. Not everything is it's more puzzle pieced and separated instead of layered one over the other, and it's not as smooth. And I used some different heavy papers, and there's quite a bit of paper texture which I don't mind. And this is a chunky canvas. And just the collage elements have been speaking to me, and we're going to do, I don't even know what I'm doing over the top of this. I'm going to take these in parts as well. I did not video doing the collage elements because I didn't know how it was going to turn out, or if I was even going to like it, or if I was just ruining canvases. I really like how they turned out, so the next steps to put art on them. And I will be videoing from here on with each project that I do. So we have 2 more canvas projects coming up, and along with all the other stuff that I'm putting up throughout the month per usual. And yeah, that's it for this vlog. I'm going to stop talking because I could talk for quite some time. Just because I, can. I have stuff to share. Once I start talking about art related things, I am on a roll. Let's talk about this. So we do talk a lot about my bookmaking stuff. If you're not down with that, skip over that as well. If you don't want to see me putting together my art book, and you're only going to see me put the cover on. Like I said, I did the binding and the decorating in a separate video. I gotta find the footage. So it kind of ends at me gluing on the covers. I think it turned out pretty nice. But I do talk about the bigger journals that I'm going to be making and what's going to be in them, and your opinion would be greatly appreciated. If you've stuck around this far, maybe drop a comment on what kind of art you create and what kind of art journal you would like to receive, size, what kind of paper you enjoy. If you would love a journal that has both drawing, mixed media, and watercolor paper in it throughout the book, or if you'd like it in different segments throughout, because I would love something like that. Something I can do a layout drawing on the one page on the drawing paper, and then maybe the next page is mixed media, and you can do the more finished piece on that, and then the next you can do another version of it on watercolor paper. I like the idea of working out projects like that all in one sketchbook. Let me know what you think. And they're going to be pretty big. They're going to be regular size sketchbooks, maybe a little oversized, more towards the 10 to 12 size rather than the teensy ones. I am going to make small ones as well. I have lots and lots of ideas. Ooh, and it's down below, but I also this will all be Patreon exclusive content. A lot of the bookmaking stuff will be on Patreon, and a lot of the chaos that I'm going to create with polymer clay. I have the white stuff that I bought almost a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago at this point. And then I've been watching Ace of Clay. If you have not watched his channel and you want to see someone do some pretty cool work with clay, he's really good. I recommend his channel, and I've learned a lot just watching him. He uses the clear clay. It's a beige kind of color. I bought a box of that. I bought a pasta maker to roll out my clay, and I've got all my clay tools back there, and I'm ready to start now that I'm back in Washington. I've been talking about this for a year and a half. I'm back in Washington. I'm going to start making my little figurines and see how they turn out, and if I like them or not. And my son is making a bunch of stuff that he wants me to start making beads and jewel things to hang on. He's making hairpins. I can actually show you one. He's making these. He has a forge. This is his like second or third one that he made, and he gave it to me for Christmas this year. So and it's a hairpin. You just twist it up and stick it in your hair. I'm learning how to use this still, but he wants me to jewel them, and every one he's made he's sold. He can hardly keep them in. Like every one he's made is sold. So amazing. But he wants me, his friend Kate and I were dreaming, planning for his future, like you do, for someone you care about. And making sure that wasn't my daughter coming home. he wants me to practice with a soldering gun, jeweling them, like creating little spirals and tacking them on and jeweling them and sanding it down and stuff like that. So I have a lot of projects in the works and a lot of stuff that I can't wait to get to. It's been super challenging, once again, living with other humans and being actively creative in a super small space. Because as you can just through this little 10-minute outro that I'm doing, sorry, I have too much going on and not enough time to do it all. So yeah. At any rate, I'm gonna stop talking and we're going to, please don't fall. We are going to move on with our day. Once again, if you like this kind of content and you enjoy my personality and want to see more of what's going on with my little creative world, please subscribe, like, thumbs up, comment. I love the comments. I have a growing community here that I enjoy. All my peeps that I love seeing you guys returning and commenting your thoughts and ideas in the comments. And yeah, let's keep going. Let's keep doing. And I will see you guys in the next video, which will be soon. Bye.